This community of more than 300 families were resettled here from Namibia after the independence of the country in 1990. They fought on the side of the former South African Defence Force against Southwest African People's Organisation, SWAPO, now Namibia's democratic government. The once proud hunters of southern Africa have become beggars and are now dependent on the mercy of others for their survival. The traditional meat-eating Bushmen live on mealie meal porridge as a staple diet. This is the cheapest food they can find. For most families here, this is the only meal of the day. The apartheid army, who exploited their tracking skills to the full and used them effectively in the Bush War against SWAPO, helped create a culture of dependence. Non-governmental organizations are trying to alleviate the poverty by training women to earn a living. They are taught how to use their traditional drawing techniques in modern silkscreen processes. The influence of Western society is clear. Folk songs and stories handed down from generation to generation are shunned by the new younger generation. They've taken traditional dances of their ancestors and transformed them in keeping with the faster music of the 90s. The younger ones here are even too embarrassed and ashamed of their traditional Bushman dances. They've come to know disco and modern African music, but the traces of century-old rhythm are still evident. These women are on their way to a tent where homemade beer is sold. It's a traditional brew made from sorghum. The tent serves as a drinking and dancing area, for some an escape from their daily routine. Alcoholism is rife, and social workers speak of a general breakdown of the family system. Angelina is serving on the local church council. She teaches Bible school and organizes the youth choir.
Mense baie gekla. Hoekom luister die Here nie vir hulle nie en help nie?
They've come to know Christianity through their white Afrikaner commanders in the army. The Sunday morning service is usually well attended. The service is conducted in 3 languages, the official language of this camp, Afrikaans, and the 2 other Bushman languages, Khum and Kwe. This morning's service preaches hope to these people who've been exploited for so long.
Appellers omkeer! Pelotons toe, voorwaarts mars!
For more than 20 years, their homes were army camps. Most of them are still employed by the SANDF. Every morning, the daily army routine starts with a scripture reading and a prayer.
Wees bly saam met die wat bly is en treur saam met die wat treur.
They communicate in Afrikaans, the language of the old defense force, but they are unable to express themselves in that language beyond the limited vocabulary which is necessary for their daily communication at the army camp. Platfontein, acquired through the ANC government's land claims policy, is a 13,000-hectare farm near Kimberley in the Northern Cape. Hunting and gathering is by now a long-forgotten skill of the older generation. But Platfontein offers them hope, a place of employment, land for housing, and an opportunity for the revival of their culture and tradition.
Al die rotstekening wat mense dwars deur in Suid-Afrika kry,
Dit kom van my mense af.
Leader Mario
Ek kan sê
Mahongo
nie my
says
mense,
that
maar dit
Bushmen
kom van my
art shows that
oormense
his
af.
ancestors
Net
roamed
gespreek
this
uit, dit is
land
van my mense.
for centuries before
En selfs
whites
daar het ek
arrived.
gesê, hierdie koppie,
Here they
hier's baie
say they'll be
plekke
able to
hierdie
tell their
koppie,
stories
dat
about the
my
great
mense
Bushman
hierdie
hunters
koppie het, en hulle
and
het
other
hier
folklore
geleef,
around
hulle het hier
bushfires.
gejag, hulle het- hulle het
And
hier
it might
getrek.
also be their only
En die
chance to
wete van dit,
survive
aan van
into
dit
the
maak,
next
sê
century.
ook vir my dat ek aanspraak het aan sy-
They are being trained to become modern farmers, but Baptiste Salvador, whose father is white, is skeptical.
Dit beteken dat 'n Bushman was 'n versower vir sy res van sy lewe. En vir die eerste keer in
He says the Bushmen are not farmers, and is concerned that many will not be able to survive.
maar volgens
This fear is also expressed by Mama Maria.
Chama dog hacho. Men nang nang chama dog hacho. Men na guva, chama wa guva.
She says she wants the better life she's been promised, but is scared about the move to Platfontein, which is near the big city, Kimberley.
Is die grootste. 422, wat sit ons hier in? Groter as, né?
Oblivious to the fears and concerns of their elders, the Bushman children eagerly absorb the education that will give them entry into Western society.
Kleiner as is gelyk aan.
Nevertheless, most of the people who live in the tent town at Schmidts are eagerly awaiting the day the flag at Battalion 31 will finally be lowered, hopefully bringing a new beginning for this group, the unwanted people of Southern Africa.